Hi, I'm Elisa Vanderhout, and today I'm going to give you an update on 4 of the 6 cases that my husband Michael Schmidt is involved in. We had last week we had the theft charges regarding the surveillance cameras that were found near our farm last August. The trial was on June 28th and 29th, and it was a day and a half long. And then a week later, on July the 8th, just last Friday, the judge heard the closing arguments. It was a great turnout in the gallery. We're really thrilled that people were able to come out and support the case, and to see that the Crown really seems to be grasping at straws, I would say. And so the interesting thing is that the judge has now delayed his decision until September the 8th, it's 2 whole months after, mostly because of the summer holidays, because we all know how hard the courts are working through the summer. And we'll be looking forward to the decision on September the 8th in Walkerton. And then on Tuesday, the 12th of July in the morning, we had a case conference with the Crown, York Region, and our lawyer, myself and Michael, and a judge who's our trial management coordinator. And the judge is helping to set the schedule for how things are going to move forward on the 2 applications, the one from the Crown and the one from the York Region, which are regarding the milk and the distribution and the production of the milk on the farm. The injunction applications are trying to shut down the farm and the distribution, that is alleged distribution channels. And so originally the dates in September were set for those applications to be heard. And in the meantime, we filed a motion to have the applications converted into what's called an action. And so an action gives us the ability to bring in expert witnesses and to cross-examine and question witnesses in front of the judge, rather than in a room prior to it and then the judge hoping to hear those kinds of conversations. And so there's also Simcoe Region and Peel Region are trying to become parties to that case, so that's certainly getting interesting. There's anyways, that was decided at the conference call that the September dates are going to be used for the motion to be heard, where we want to convert it from a application to the action. And so if that fails, then most likely we'll see the application being heard in December sometime. I think it's late December, mid-December, anyways, before Christmas. And if we are successful in getting the applications converted to an action, then we will see what the schedule will look like after that. So certainly that will take a lot more time. And so that's 2. And then today, while I was making sauerkraut and picking black currants and going to the river with the children, Michael was sitting in the courtroom in Peterborough with Montana Jones and Robert Pinnell, and super turnout in the courtroom today. There was quite a few people there to show their support. I think it really does have an impact. Certainly the judge sees that there is an interest in the case, and that's very important. Seems like this has been taking very, very long time. The charges were laid in 2012 in December, so we're looking at like about 43 months since the charges were laid. And just last week, the Supreme Court ordered that cases that haven't been tried within 30 months of the date of being charged have a very high likelihood of being dismissed or being taken off. I don't know exactly, but anyway, so they're going to be working very hard to get that looked after, because it's been going on and on. Looks like if there is a trial, which I don't think there will be, but if there is, would be late next year, so over a year from now. So it gets a little bit ridiculous. Seems like there's lots of homicide cases and other more important things that are definitely much more in the interest of the public that should be heard in the courts, and not some bogus conspiracy charges for something that certainly is not conspiracy. So I'm hoping that the Crown in this case takes it upon themselves to drop the charges. I think that would be really smart of them to do, but I don't know how smart they really are. Anyway, this past weekend was a super awesome fundraiser called Lifestock at Montana Jones Farm out Eastern Ontario. It was a very good turnout. There was some money raised. It was super great. The money is very useful for this case to keep on going, for us to be able to find a fair result. Even getting the case dismissed, it does take time and efforts and legal efforts. So that super helps. Thank you all to everybody who contributed to that event and to the fundraiser for the sheep case. Another really great thing that happened was this last week we got a notice from GoFundMe that we've now reached our halfway mark for our target of raising $50,000 to go to all the Food Freedom Fund, we call, and it has to do with not only the milk case but all these other cases that surround the milk. This supports these 5 cases that we're working on, more specifically Michael. And we've now gotten over $25,000, so thank you everybody for all your support and all your contributions, and thank you for sharing this video, and thank you for sharing the GoFundMe page so that more people can know what's going on and offer their support if they're able. So that's really great. And I just wanted to mention also that this past weekend we had a cheesemaker come and show us how to convert our delicious raw milk into delicious raw milk cheeses. We had 10 participants. It was really great, and you can have a little taste of one of his, how David is speaking and using the traditional kefir grains for doing all kinds of really great things. If you subscribe to my channel, you'll see that there is a video I posted a couple days ago of David making a presentation. So I hope you all enjoy that, and you have a good evening.